Hello everyone. Welcome to Untitled Boxing Game. This might be your first ever video regarding Untitled Boxing Game, or you could be a veteran watching this for fun. Regardless, this video is gonna be me teaching you, the viewer, the basics on how this game works. I noticed that Untitled Boxing Game has gotten a lot more players than usual. So this video might help the newcomers learn the gist of this game's combat and also how everything else works. I will be making time cards to make it easier for you guys to look at certain parts of the video. Let's first talk about the most important part of Untitled Boxing Game, the combat. Unlike any other game on Roblox, Untitled Boxing Game is not a stun simulator. The combat of this game is completely different from your usual Battlegrounds game combat, or your anime battle arena combat. One main difference that new players might not get used to, or might not even know about, is that you can block even when you are being hit. I'll go more on this topic later, but let's start with the game's basic controls. There are 4 main attacking buttons on Untitled Boxing Game: Light Attack, Heavy Attack, Special Ability, and Ultimate. Light attacks are used to lower down your opponent's guard, because light attacks are the only type of attack that you can chain on top of each other, making it the only attack that can lead into a combo. The light attack is basically a combo starter. During this light attack combo, your opponent can block to negate some damage they are taking. When you land a light attack or a light attack combo, it leaves some of your damage to be able to be healed back. This healable health can get lower if you manage to hit them with the light attacks a lot. But what if you want your attacks to leave a mark on your opponent? An attack that deals damage that is true and cannot be healed? Well, let me introduce you to the heavy attack. The heavy attack is your other offensive move. This move is much slower than your light attack. But in return, it deals a lot more damage. The heavy attack does not lead into a combo, therefore, making it a combo ender. This move has a lot of uses. But just know that this move is basically what you need to be landing a lot more if you want your opponent to go down faster. There are 3 main ways to use the heavy attack. 1 is to damage your opponent. 2 is to break your opponent's guard if you get their guard low enough with your light attacks. And 3 is to catch your opponent if they dodge too early. The next attack button is the special attack button. Only a select few styles have this. But trust me, they are pretty balanced. And the final button is your ultimate. Ultimates deal solid block damage and can be used to block break if your opponent gets reckless and forgets to keep their block on good health. Landing this will trigger a cutscene that usually deals half your opponent's health. Use it if you really want your opponent to go down. This deals healable damage, by the way, so use it wisely, because if you do not use this carefully, the opponent can just heal your ultimate damage by either stalling or running away. Now that I've discussed how the attack buttons work, let's talk about each attack type's weakness. The heavy attack is slow, therefore making it way easier to dodge or perfect dodge. Special abilities have their own upsides and downsides, so if you do want to learn more about a certain special ability, I suggest watching my showcase videos on the style. Ultimates can be blocked, making you need to refill it again if they successfully block it. And the light attack is fast, but it cannot be feinted, making it the only attack with commitment. Speaking of feints, it ties perfectly into my next topic. Mechanics. This game has 3 mechanics: countering, feinting and perfect dodging. I'll start with the defensive options first. Perfect dodging is simply dodging an attack at the right time. It can be light attacks or heavy attacks. Do keep in mind that in order to perfect dodge, you have to dodge on the direction where your opponent threw the punch. Let me give you an example. Let's say you are fighting the uncommon style Smash. Smash is known to have a very strong heavy attack because it can easily break your block if you block it. But in return, Smash's heavy attack comes out very slowly and will always come from the right, making it easier to perfect dodge. Now that you know Smash's heavy attack is always gonna come from the right, and now that you noticed he threw a heavy attack, this gives you the opportunity to perfect dodge. Once you successfully perfect dodged, you can land your own heavy attack to the opponent for free. The opponent cannot block this move no matter what. Or if you really want your opponent to go down, use your ultimate. You can also perfect dodge M1s, just remember the direction where it will come from next. If you are not confident with your perfect dodging skills, just use your dodge or dash whenever you want to. You can use your dash to dodge attacks or even chase your opponent, making it very good offensively and defensively. Next mechanic I will be talking about are counters. Let's say you and your opponent throws a heavy attack at the same time, but your enemy is using Smash. and his heavy attack is way slower compared to yours. Your heavy attack will land first and will deal extra damage because you countered him. This happens when you hit him while he was throwing his attack. This also applies to light attacks by the way, so learn how to time your attacks to fully maximize on damage. And last but not the least of the mechanics in the game. Feinting. This is the latest mechanic that got added in the game. This basically makes your heavy attacks be practically harder to perfect dodge. Because with feinting you can cancel your heavy attack into a light attack, punishing your opponent for trying to perfect dodge your heavy attack. This does have a cooldown, so play it smart when using this. Anyways, yeah, that's about it for the combat department. Let's now talk about styles. There are over 22 styles in the game, and each of them are unique in their own way. And every style is balanced. So experiment on which style you want to use. There is a gacha system in this game, but trust me, it does not really matter that much, because every style is balanced. Even Smash, who is an uncommon style, can beat Slugger, which is a legendary style if used right. You get these styles using spins, which you can get using codes or by doing quests. On the quest tab, you can also get other goodies such as style slots, titles, gold and many others such as gloves. Speaking of gloves, there is currently a limited glove that you can only get if you do the new limited quest. It ends in 2 weeks, so start grinding. And that leads us to our last segment of today's video. The shop. This acts as your normal shop. This refreshes twice a day. This shop can include a lot of stuff, but I would keep them a secret for you all to discover for yourself. And yeah, that's about it for my Untitled Boxing Game tutorial. I hope I helped you guys learn the gist of this game. Anyways, as always, enjoy Untitled Boxing Game. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.